Assalamu alaikum students. I welcome you to the next session of poetry. The poem that I have chosen today is An Evening Wet with Rain. It has been written by VED PAL Deep. Let me give you a brief introduction of this poem. An Evening Wet with Rain. It has been conceived and composed by VED PAL Deep. And VED PAL Deep he was an eminent Dogri writer, and this poem has been translated from Dogri by Shiv Nath. Actually, in this poem, the poet remembers an evening that was wet with rain, that was dipped in rain, that was soaked in rain. It's an atmosphere of complete silence, and in Dogri, the poem is entitled as Badlai ne Sijri Sanjan. Let's come to the first 5 lines of this poem. An evening wet with rain, as I walk through the lane, the heart beckons the hands to hold them with love. The mind also knows subtle signals of the breeze. Should I stand on the ground or waft with the wind? Actually, in these lines, the poet says that he is walking through the lane on an evening, and the lane it was wet with rain. Here, actually, an evening, it refers to the anxieties, to the worries. The poet says, the heart beckons the hand to hold them with love. The mind also knows subtle signals of the breeze. The poet says that his heart, it signals him, calls him to hold the hands of his companion, his friend. And his mind also knows that the gentle breezes are signaling him to go and be nearer to his companion and hold his hand with love. But the poet knows that this is the evening of his life that is full with worries. So no one will stand by his side and put him off from his anxieties. Should I stand on the ground or waft with the wind? The poet appears actually astounded, confused. He questions to himself. We call it as a rhetorical question. In poetry, we call it as a rhetorical question that expects no answer. Should I stand on the ground or waft with the wind? The poet actually questions himself that he does not know, he is confused whether he should stand on the ground of anxieties or allow himself to move with air or allow himself to go with the flow. Now let's come to the next few lines of the poem. Windows, doors, awnings of the house are wet. Cool breezes stir the leaves of the yonder banyan tree. The collar of my coat is also wet with drops of rain. All around reigns silence. The poet says that everything, whether the windows, whether the doors, whether sheet of canvas, they're all soaked in rain. And the leaves of the banyan tree standing at a distance, they move gently, producing a soft and calm music because of the cool breeze that blows. The poet says that that is audible uh, in on this evening, it is the movement of leaves. Only the movement of leaves is audible. Sound of the movement of leaves is audible. The poet also says that the collar of his coat, it is also wet with the drops of rain. Everywhere, all around, rain silence. Everywhere is the rule of silence. Means that there is the complete silence. Thank you.